Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to this card making project. In this project we're going to make a gorgeous card using the Griffin Pretty Paintings kit and just one other item apart from our base card. Everything I do use, even though there's only a couple of items, I will put in a detailed list on my blog. Please be sure to check out my blog. If you want to comment, please comment on either Facebook or my blog. If you comment on YouTube, I can't reply to you, but I can everywhere else. Okay, so I thought it would be really fun for us to kind of take a kit to the next level, because sometimes when we get a kit and we use everything that's in the kit and we use it as it is, and we add the layers, etc., then maybe it's time to do a little bit of paper cutting from the items that are in the kit and just kind of just go a little bit more advanced with it. So you've just seen me use my bone folder on a base card that's 7 by 5 inches and in ivory. Now the inside of this kit, I did say that we're using the Pretty Paintings kit. Well, I've also used the Griffin calligraphy stamps. Those are the only two items that I'm using. So it's all the Pretty Paintings kit and the calligraphy stamps. The insert is actually included in the Pretty Paintings kit. And all I've done is cut it down because it was a folded insert just with the words Celebrate the Day for the square in the centre. So I've trimmed it down so that it will fit as a layer. And then I've taken the calligraphy stamps and I've stamped around the edge and I've just added a little bit of colour with some ink. So you could use any ink. You don't always have to use Griffin ink. You could use whatever you've got in your stash. Again, for the stamps, you could use whatever you've got in your stash to go with, you know, the Pretty Paintings kit. It is one of the prettiest kits I think I've ever seen. I love the flowers in it, and I think there's so many different combinations that you can use to make such gorgeous cards with it. So I've just stuck our inside layer for the inside of our card, and that's it, that's finished. Very simple, stamped around the edge with the calligraphy stamps, and then just inked it after trimming it to size. Obviously, if you've got the Say It Anyway stamps, you could do this yourself to make your inserts by stamping in the centre and then inking around the edge. It's just such a pretty way of making a nice insert. And also there's enough room for your message, you know, and your to and from, etc. So I've just used my bone folder again for the outside of our card, for the scoreline, just to make sure that we're keeping it nice and neat. So the base layer for our card is one of the cards from the Pretty Paintings kit, and what I've done is I've trimmed it down, I've taken away the outer edge and the other side of the card so that it's a shaped layer. I haven't taken it to make it look like a scallop. I've just cut it straight and just, you know, cornered the edges, rounded the corners. Sorry, I can't find any words today. And then I'm going to add this flat to the base of our card. So this is our first flat layer. So I can take the tape away from that and add this through the front of our card. Kind of central, like so, and press it down. So the next layer is again the same design, the card, and I've cut it down. I've cut the edge away so that I'm left with the beaded outside, the beaded edge, and the florals. And then I've just followed the shape around and cut it. I've got 3D foam on the back, and I'm simply going to position it over the top of our previous layer. Now this card is going to be quite high when we're finished, so you might need a bigger envelope, or the 7x5 box that I did on Christmas Day, that would be perfect for this. And then you could decorate the box that you've die cut to match. So that's our next layer. Next, in the actual Pretty Paintings kit, there are some base layers and then there are some smaller layers. So I've taken one of the smaller layers and I've trimmed it so it isn't a rectangle anymore, and I've followed the pattern around, and this time I have scalloped this. I've got it on 3D foam and I'm going to add it through the centre of our card like that. Next, another layer, from the kit, and I've taken away the edge, and it's a smaller scale of the main card. So I've followed the beading around and just cut it out, and I haven't been strictly neat with any of my layers because I know you've seen me use a craft knife, you've seen me cut a lot of things out with craft knives, things that are very delicate. And a lot of people say, well, I can't do that. I've got bad hands, or I can't use a craft knife, or I have trouble using scissors even. So I thought if I cut these out, just, I'm not going to say not perfect. It just goes to show it doesn't matter. You know, it's the thought that counts. You're never going to have somebody say to you, do you know what, that's a gorgeous card, but your cutting out's terrible. You're never going to get that when you give a card. You're just going to have somebody fall over themselves saying, oh, that's a beautiful card. So don't worry about your cutting out. So that's our next layer, and that was on 3D foam as well. Now I'm just going to use some liquid glue on our next item because we're going to use 2 swirls. And these are in the kit, and they're not stickers, they need glue on the back of them, and mine has just sealed up, so we'll just stick a pin in it, as they say, just to get it going, and a little bit of wet glue there. So I'm taking one over one side of the layers, and I'm going to take one over the other side of the layers like that. There we go. I think that might need a little bit under there. Keep it even. I'm just going to hold them down for a moment or two just so they take hold, and they don't have to be, you know, evenly spaced out or symmetrical, dare I say. You know I like the word symmetrical, but I kind of like that. So next we've taken the sentiment from the kit, and it's happy birthday to you. Now this is a sticker. If you've ever thought, oh well, how do I peel the back away, or I'm having trouble with them, what I do to prepare the stickers, because normally you see that I've lifted a corner up already, I just simply take my pokey tool and I just do that in one of the corners, not hard, and it just simply lifts the back up, and then that way that helps with peeling it off. So now I can add my sticker through the centre of our layers like that, and try and get it kind of central. There we go. Bit of fluff on there, and press it down. Then I've taken some of the gorgeous floral stickers from the kit. Now these, I've taken 2 of the floral trios. And what I've done is, even though the stickers, I've added a little bit of 3D foam at one side, because I'm going to simply add these over the edge, and I want it to be even where it sticks down, because this section is hanging over and with the layers, so I've just added the 3D foam so that it will stick to the layer that's underneath it, if that makes sense. So I've done the same for the one in the top corner, and I just want to point something out. Somebody asked about, well, you just peel the back off and you stick them on even though you've got 3D foam on. Well, I take the time and the trouble to take the backs of the 3D foam off for the simple reason that you would end up having 10 minutes of me just peeling the back off. So I do all that when I prepare just before we film, so that you don't get the boring bits, if that makes sense. So this section is going to sit at this side of our sentiment, like that, and pop that down. And then I've got two tiny flowers for our corners at this side, like that, and another one for the other side, like that. And then from the kit, because this is everything that's in the kit, I've got a pink bow. Now, we can add our bow here, we could add it here, we could take that little flower off and take it lower and add it here. We could add it to the side. I'm thinking here. I quite like them under the sentiment. So I'm thinking, if I get it straight, then that looks nice to finish our card. But it's personal preference, it's up to you, it's your kit once you've purchased it, you can do what you like with it. You might not want to use this style of flower, you might want to use different bases, you might want to use more of the swirls, less of the swirls. It's just your choice really. I'm just showing you what you can achieve with it. So I'm going to turn this to the side, because as we can see all the layers there, it's truly a 3D card. And I think that is just such a stunning card. Beautiful inside, beautiful outside, stands up nicely. And you might want a little bit of bubble wrap to protect that. But as I said, I did a project on Christmas Day about 3D boxes. Check that out, it's the Christmas Day special. And you can make 3D boxes in the 7x5 inch size, and that would work perfectly. You would be able to decorate one with all Anna's embellishments to go with that. That would be beautiful. But I think, because it's such a beautiful kit, you can't go wrong with it. It's just so pretty. I do hope you've enjoyed watching this project. I hope it's given you an idea of how to add the extra layers and to cut into the layers. Don't be afraid to. Try something a little bit different with them, because they all match, you can't go wrong. I do hope you've enjoyed watching, and I'd just like to say thank you for watching, and I shall see you next time.